Before he was Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank, KevinOLeary was a driven entrepreneur who built the learning company from his basement. He worked relentlessly, eventually selling his company to Mattel and achieving massive success. But his most valuable lesson didn't come from business school, it came from Steve Jobs. Jobs, fresh off his return to Apple, was orchestrating one of the greatest corporate turnarounds ever. He was legendary for his laser focus, always zeroing in on what truly mattered. O'Leary, now a business titan, got a rare look at Jobs' mindset. The key insight: success isn't just about working hard, it's about working on the right things. Jobs had a system for channeling his energy with precision. He believed a leader's most precious resource is their attention, and how they spend it shapes their legacy. The lesson wasn't about technology or trends, it was about focus. Even the most successful can find new ways to improve. O'Leary realized that financial success doesn't guarantee true productivity. Jobs gave him a formula, a practical framework anyone can use. It's not about being busy, it's about being productive. The real secret? Identify the few actions that create the biggest results and dedicate yourself to them. This is the difference between being merely active and being truly effective, and it's a lesson that can transform anyone's approach to work. To unlock this formula, you need to master the signal-to-noise ratio. In science, the signal is what you want to hear. The noise is everything that gets in the way. In business, the signal is the handful of tasks that drive real results. The noise, endless distractions, emails, meetings, notifications, and low-value tasks. Great leaders filter out the noise and focus obsessively on the signal. Every minute spent on noise is a minute lost from high-impact work. That's why leaders like Jobs, Musk, and Bezos are so single-minded. They're protecting their focus. Today, we're bombarded by more noise than ever. Most people react to whatever's loudest, letting their day be dictated by others. This leads to mediocrity, not greatness. To excel, you must be proactive. Tune out the static and zero in on what matters. Build your day around the signal, not the noise. Ruthlessly protect your time and attention. The world rewards those who can filter, focus, and execute. Don't let your energy be scattered. The difference between average and extraordinary is the ability to hear the signal through the noise. Make that your daily mission. Steve Jobs' advice to O'Leary was simple but powerful. Each night, Jobs listed the 3 to 5 most important things to accomplish the next day, his high-signal priorities. The next day, he focused solely on those tasks until they were done. Urgency was key. He attacked his priorities first with intensity. This created momentum and set the tone for his entire team. The hardest part? Ignoring everything else. Jobs became unreachable for anything unrelated to his core tasks. Every yes to a distraction was a no to what mattered. This discipline is a form of professional courage, letting go of the trivial to protect the essential. O'Leary was stunned by the simplicity and impact of this approach. He adopted it immediately, ending each day by writing his top priorities and refusing to work on anything else until they were done. The result? A dramatic boost in productivity and clarity. The lesson? Focus, urgency, and disciplined ignorance of distractions. That's the engine behind extraordinary achievement. Jobs, Musk, and Bezos all mastered the art of maximizing signal and minimizing noise. Jobs slashed project lists to focus Apple's talent on just a few priorities. Musk divides his week into focused blocks for each company, dedicating deep work to the toughest problems. He ignores routine distractions, pouring energy into what will move the needle. Bezos uses the 2-pizza rule to keep meetings small and focused, and starts meetings with silent reading to ensure clarity. These leaders architect their time with intention, saying no far more than yes. They're not just managers, they're editors, constantly cutting the unnecessary. Their systems force them, and their teams, to concentrate on what matters most. True productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what counts. This relentless focus is what sets them apart. They build the future by filtering out the noise. The lesson: edit your life and work until only the essential remains. That's how you achieve extraordinary results. To lead with focus, adopt these 5 pillars of high-signal leadership. First, the focus ratio. Spend 80% of your time on the 20% of activities that drive results. Audit your week. Shift your schedule to protect high-signal work. Second, ruthless elimination. Say no to anything that isn't a clear hell yes. Third, controlled communication. Check email at set times, turn off notifications, and encourage thoughtful messages. Fourth, deep work windows. Schedule distraction-free blocks for your top priorities. Fifth, constant judgment. Always ask, is this signal or noise? These habits keep your attention on what matters. Defend your time fiercely. Teach your team to respect focus. The more you practice, the sharper your filter becomes. High signal leadership is a daily discipline. It's the foundation of lasting success. High signal focus gives you an unfair advantage. You execute faster, with higher quality, by concentrating on a few critical priorities. Context switching disappears, momentum builds, and projects finish in weeks instead of months. Team alignment improves. Everyone knows the top priorities and pushes in the same direction. In a crisis, high-signal leaders filter out panic and focus on the one or two actions that matter most. This clarity is a superpower. Most people try to win by doing more. High-signal leaders win by doing less, but better. They ignore the noise and focus on what moves the needle. This approach is rare, and that's why it works. While others drown in distractions, you're tuned into what truly matters. The result? Faster innovation, stronger teams, and resilience under pressure. The world's best don't do more. They do what matters most. That's the real secret to winning. Make it yours. You don't need to be a billionaire to use this system. Start today. At the end of your workday, spend 15 minutes identifying your 3 most important tasks for tomorrow. Be specific, write them down. In the morning, before checking email, tackle your first priority in a focused block of time. Defend this time as if it's your most important meeting. Complete your list before letting noise in. Even if you do nothing else, you've won the day. This practice is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, ignoring distractions feels uncomfortable, but results come quickly. You'll produce better work, feel less stressed, and gain a reputation for focus. This is the lesson O'Leary learned from Jobs. It's not about genius, it's about daily discipline. Focus on what matters, ignore the rest. That's how extraordinary results are built. Make this your habit and watch your impact multiply. The signal is waiting. Tune in.